Okay, I'm going to be talking about I'm Just a Rapper and I'm Just a Rapper 2 by Childish Gambino. Okay, I'm gonna try a different angle because this is like the third time I'm trying to redo this video because I didn't like the angle, and I'm not even sitting down completely. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about both I'm Just a Rapper mixtapes because personally I think that it should have just been one mixtape. I think that making it into two separate mixtapes wasn't really needed because there's not enough like songs in each mixtape. There's like, it doesn't even make it to 10 each. If you put them together, it's like still less time and less songs than other mixtapes Childish Gambino has had. Yeah, I get that some of them might have been recorded after the first mixtape already came out, but like I think he should have just waited till later. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be talking about the songs now. The first one is New Prince. It's the first song off the first mixtape. I used to love this song so much. I thought it was so great. But as I get older, I realize that it's like kind of silly. Yeah, every song on these mixtapes is every song has like an indie song, not sampled, but like Childish Gambino raps over it. And I remember, well, I don't remember when it came out, I was little, but like when I first started listening to it, I remember there was still a lot of people hating, because they thought that like it ruined their favorite songs, which I think is dumb, because the original is still out there. You can still listen to the original versions of these songs to this day. So yeah. I remember listening to New Prince on YouTube, and like there would be so many hate comments. It was pretty funny, and I like seeing how the more years pass by on the same video, the less hate comments there are, and then there's people like going on like, oh, this is actually so good, it was ahead of its time or whatever. My favorite memory of this song is probably back in 8th grade. I was on the Chromebook playing games, and I had my headphones in, and I was listening to Childish Gambino, and I was listening to this song, but I didn't realize how loud it was, and I was just like happily playing games, keyboarding away. And then once the song ended, some girls who were sitting in front of me were like, we know you can, we can hear your music, right? And I was like, oops, and I turned it down for the next song. But like I just thought it was so funny that they waited for the song to end, or maybe they just like wanted to make sure I could hear them. But I thought it was funny. They were like, wait, let's wait for the song to end so I can tell her. Or like, oh hey, this song is pretty good, let's listen to it all the way through, we can tell her later. Obviously that's probably not what happened. But yeah, every time I listen to this song, even to this day, I still think about that time. And yeah, the next song is Bitch Look At Me Now. I loved this song so much as a kid, and I still love it as much now as an adult. When I listened to it as a kid, you know, I always thought that it was about like how as a kid you're like not very successful. Obviously you can't do a lot of things right, nobody likes you, and they think you won't amount to anything. But then once you grow up, you know, you start getting more skills, you start getting more confidence, and then next thing you know, you're a million times better than the people who doubted you. And I always loved that story. You know, I've seen it in a lot of other media, but like my most favorite one of them all was always Childish Gambino songs. I always thought that, you know, everyone hates me now, you know, I don't have much going on for me, but just wait until I'm an adult, I'm gonna be so successful. Everyone who doubted me is going to be so jealous. I'm gonna show them, well, you know, all of that stuff. And it's funny now that I'm actually an adult. I'm not actually that far ahead, but I'm not old, okay? I still have time, and I definitely think I'm a lot more successful now than I was when I first heard this one. I am progressing, you know. And this song, you know, always showed me to like keep going, that, you know, if Childish Gambino can do it, so can you. And I just love that. Yeah. I think I had number ratings for every song on Poindexter. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that here. Don't even have a script or notes or anything. I'm just talking. Okay, the next song is 49ers shirt. Yeah, that was the song, right? Yeah, there's a version with DC and there's a version without DC. I heard the one without DC first and I loved it. I think it's funny how low quality it is. I think it sounds so goofy. I remember one time I accidentally listened to the one with DC and I didn't like it and I thought it was really goofy and not very good. And I never listened to it again, except like as a joke. I haven't listened to it in years and I don't want to. But as for the one without DC, I actually think it's a really good song. It's like kind of short and there's not much going on, but you know it's catchy and it's fun. And yeah, there's not much to say about it, but yeah, I still really like this song. And yeah. The next song, okay, so this one's interesting. This one is My Girls. Oh my god. When I was a kid, I did not like this song. I thought it was too slow and anticlimactic, and I didn't care for it. Like, it's so crazy how much I did not like this song. But now, as an adult, I love it so much. Oh my gosh, this song was so underrated to me. I feel like nobody talks about it. But yeah, it's kind of the same as Bitch Look At Me Now, where, you know, as a kid, you know, not many people want to be around you, but then once you're old and successful, you know, everyone's like, you know, you suddenly get everything you want. Yeah, this one's just mostly about the hookup side of it, but yeah, it's basically about that. You know, as a kid, nobody wants you, and you're older and successful, everyone wants you, and you know, you don't really know what to do except for, like, you know, embrace it and appreciate it, I guess, while it lasts. I think so. I think that's what it was about. Yeah, so the next song is I Can Hear Your Feet. Yeah, on the YouTube video, there was a really funny comment someone posted on there. They were like, oh, this is the best beat to jerk it to. And I remember I saw that comment when I was like 13 or 14. I was just like so shocked and confused. Because like who even thinks about that when listening to this song. I think it's really funny. Yeah, I noticed that this one's actually a favorite of a lot of people who I play this for. This mixtape for, and I find it interesting. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good song, but I mean, it's not really one of my favorites. Okay, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad song. I love it, but you know, it's not, you know, one of the best ones. Yeah, but it's pretty good and it's catchy. The next song, not so catchy, is The Truth. Yeah, I really don't like this song. I feel like I didn't really like how DC was in this song. It didn't really sound too good to me. And it went on longer than I thought it should. And then and then Childish Gambino's verse was okay. You know, I mean, it was definitely better than DC, but like I just don't really care for this song much. There's a line that I always hated so much as a kid because it's like so obviously incorrect. Yeah, I think the line was something like, I'm close to these girls like her tampon flaps. I hate that line so much. Tampons don't even have flaps, it's literally just a string. Like, why? Who even thought about that? How did nobody correct him? And interestingly enough, how has nobody mentioned it in any comment sections I've seen? It annoys me so much. I never want to hear it again. Okay. Anyways, the next song is I Love Clothes. Yeah. This one is more slower paced than the other songs, I think. Yeah, I like this song a lot. It's about like how you know, you get rich, you get a lot of money, and then you spend it all on things you don't need. you know, just stuff that looks good. And then before you know it, you know, you're broke again. And then you realize it wasn't worth it or whatever. But, you know, more sillier version of it, and more specifically about clothes. Yeah, I didn't really know. I didn't really think to look too deep into the meaning as a kid. But then when I was 19, and then suddenly I got like a lot of money. You know, definitely not as much as whatever Childish Gambino had at that age, but I had a lot of money, more than anyone in my family combined. And I started buying a bunch of random stuff. Like, I remember I went to a mall out of town, or out of the city, whatever, and then there were like so many stores. I just started buying so much stuff. I was like walking around with 2 gigantic bags, and like it was just clothes and stuff. And at the time I had forgotten about this song. But then once I had all my clothes, I was like, okay, it's time to get serious. And I just put it all in a savings account, and I still have it there. And you know, I'm really working on using that money for good and not stupid stuff like that at the time. And when I listened to the song again, I was like, oh wow, this is what could have happened to me. I'm so glad I did not go down the route of whatever this song is about. Yeah, basically it's just spend your money wisely. Don't spend it on things you don't need. Yeah, that's what I get from this song. Okay, the next song is I think this is like a bonus track or whatever. I don't really know what it is. It's called Turd in the Oven. I used to love this song so much as a kid, and as an adult I still love it. I feel like every time I talk about Childish Gambino mixtapes, I talk about when I was a kid and when I was an adult. It's so annoying, probably, or whatever. Yeah, I used to love this song a lot, and I still love it actually. But I don't know, it doesn't really have anything special to it. Yeah, it's a fun and catchy song. There's definitely worse songs on a mixtape. I remember there was a few hate comments on it, but I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, I liked it. And now for the second mixtape, I'm Just a Rapper 2, and which should have been connected, and they should have all just been one big mixtape, but whatever. So now for the first song off the second mixtape, The Real. Oh my gosh, I used to love this song also a lot. And you know, of course, there were some hate comments on there as well. I didn't care. I love the song anyways. I think it's fun and it's catchy, and I still love it now. Yeah, I think it was a good intro, and I really like how, you know, at the end he was like, I'm just a rapper too, and you know, he meant it like to like also, but it could also mean like to, like, you know, the mixtape name. You know, don't you guys find it satisfying when like you're listening to like an album or whatever, and then whoever is like singing says like the album name? I just think it's so funny. Yeah, this is a good catchy song, and I think it was a good intro. Personally, it's just one big mixtape to me, and it's just the second half. Okay, whatever. The next song is Get It. I love this song. It's so catchy and silly. I love when he says that he's like over here drinking and fucking women, and you know, his mom can't know because she's a Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, my mom is too. And I think it's funny. I feel like everyone who grew up in that like has like some sort of double life, and they keep it away from like whoever else is still you know, in it. And I think it's honestly, I think Jehovah's Witness is just garbage in my experience, and I'm so glad that I'm not in it anymore. But whatever, I feel like I should make a separate video for that. I forgot, I still have to make a video on why Childish Gambino mixtapes can't be on Spotify. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot. Okay, I might record that one after this one. Okay, but yeah, I just thought this was a fun and silly song. I love it now as much as I did before. And yeah. The next song is Different. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I do not like this song. And it's not just because DC was in it. I also did not care for Childish Gambino's part in it either, honestly. I just think it's not a very good song. Like, yeah, I know that it's like important because like Childish Gambino uses the hook in a later song, and you know it had like the recurring theme of different or whatever. But yeah, I did not care for this song. I just think it's just a lot of nothing, in my opinion. Did not care for it. I remember I used to play Childish Gambino songs for my brother, and when he was small. And for some reason, he always loved this song, and I have no idea why. Like, it's so like why there's nothing. I don't want to say there's nothing interesting about it because obviously there is, but like I mean, it's not like catchy or anything. Like, what is this? I don't get it. It's not even that good, honestly. Do not care for this song. The next song is What the Fuck Are You? Yeah, this one was interesting. I feel like this one was definitely a lot more serious than the other songs on both of these mixtapes. I don't want to speak too much about it. I don't think it's my place, honestly. But I find it interesting, and but some of the things in it didn't age well. I think it's funny how he's always how Childish Gambino is always talking about like there's a kid and his name is Vincent, and like I don't know, he was like his bully, I guess. I remember like as a kid I would go to like the comment section, and like when there were still dislikes on YouTube, I would be like, oh my gosh guys, the one dislike is Vincent, he's back. And then people would give that comment likes. I thought it was so funny, but honestly if I didn't comment that, someone else was gonna do it. Like I had to rob it from them. Yeah, come on, you guys think it's funny, right? Yeah. It was definitely a more serious song, and I like that it was in this mixtape. It's kind of like, you know, a hint of the next mixtape, which is definitely a lot more serious. Yeah, and the next song is Both Hands. Yeah, this one is interesting. I haven't heard many songs out there in the world like this one. Yeah, it was a really silly song, in my opinion. I didn't think there was much to it. I gotta stop saying it's funny. You know, every time I say in my videos, I think of that Community episode where Shirley's trying to sell like her sandwiches or something, and Pierce gets mad at her because she keeps saying and stuff. Like, that's literally how I feel, and it's so frustrating. I feel like I'm annoying everyone. But yeah, this was a really interesting and silly song. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was kind of weird when I first heard it, but now I really like it a lot. Yeah, it's pretty good. The next song is For the Fans. Yeah, this one is also silly, though I didn't really like it as much. It's like way too short, and it doesn't really go anywhere. And yeah, it's like kind of silly though. You know that one line where he's like, I'm gonna do me so hard I'll get pregnant, and then like he has another one of himself. I've imagined that so many times, and I don't know why. I just think it's so funny. Yeah, it's a really silly and short song. Yeah, it's not one of my favorites, but it's there. And now the last song, Nowhere to Go. Yeah, I never liked this song. Honestly, don't care for it. It's not very catchy, and it sounds kind of miserable or whatever. Usually when I play this mixtape for people, I just skip this song. I don't care for it. I feel like the outro of both of these albums, or both of these mixtapes, could have been, I don't know, I feel like it could have been something better. Technically this isn't even the last song because there's like a remix at the end. I don't care for it, and I'm not gonna review it. But yeah, I did not care for this, for the last song I hear. If I had to give a number to to both of these mixtapes together, I don't know, it would probably be like a 6 or a 7. Yeah, I probably enjoyed it a lot more than the average person does. Yeah. It was okay. Could have been a lot worse. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. Oh yeah, and also the next video will be either cul-de-sac or why Chas Camino mixtapes can't be on Spotify and stuff or any streaming stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those two, or maybe something silly like the battle rent thing I uploaded a while ago. We'll see.